The word cruciferous comes from the Latin word crux, meaning cross. Eating cruciferous vegetables is a healthy choice. The family of cruciferous vegetables includes bok choy, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, radish, kale, mustard greens, and watercress.
Kale is a powerhouse of the cruciferous vegetables. It basically has tremendous amounts of vitamin A. It's loaded with vitamin C, vitamin K. It's actually quite tasty if you mix this with different vegetables. And you can actually cut these. You can eat the stem all the way down here, eat the whole thing, and it's actually extremely healthy for you. So we have the different cabbages. We have the red cabbage and the white cabbage. And you got to make sure it's raw when you eat it or slightly steamed, and definitely never microwave your vegetables. So this is broccoli. Broccoli has unique properties. There's been many studies that show that broccoli sprouts are even more nutritious than the adult broccoli. However, the actual adult broccoli is very healthy to eat as well for many different reasons, from vitamin K, vitamin C, lots of minerals, but it is loaded with lots of vitamin A, just like the kale and the cabbage.
To fully appreciate the benefits of cruciferous vegetables, we must first understand how environmental pollutants affect our bodies. The long-term effects of such things as pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, and fungicides were not well understood or even anticipated when first introduced. We now know these chemicals, along with heavy metals and solvents, can be toxic to the body in that they have the potential to mimic hormones. Altogether, we call these toxins endocrine disruptors. Today, we find them everywhere, in our water supply, soils, and even in the food we eat. The endocrine system is a group of glands which regulate hormones responsible for reproduction, fertility, digestion, sleep, menstrual cycles, metabolism, in other words, nearly every physiological action and reaction in the body. The hormones are mini chemical communications which travel from glands through the blood to various tissues and organs. Endocrine disruptors have the capacity to block, mimic, and alter hormone communications, which in turn can cause a wide range of reproductive, developmental, and growth problems. Dr. Theo Colborn, one of the world's leading authorities on endocrine-disrupting chemicals, greatly contributed to the endocrine disruptor hypothesis in her book, Our Stolen Future. Dr. Colborn states in her book that these environmental chemicals can create effects on our bodies in concentrations of 1/10 of a trillionth of a gram. In other words, we are not talking about parts per million or parts per billion. We are talking parts per trillion, infinitesimal amounts. Question is, how can our bodies get rid of these toxins? The liver, one of the largest glands in the body, is the main organ for detoxification. Detoxify means to remove toxic matter and microorganisms, including funguses, bacteria, viruses, and parasites. Toxins are poisons. The liver does an incredible job of removing poisons from our body. However, the liver can get overloaded in attempting to deal with so many excessive chemicals in the environment. Add to this other stresses like overly processed foods, refined sugars, alcohol, artificial foods, preservatives, excessively cooked animal proteins, growth hormones, antibiotics, genetically modified foods, and medications, and it is amazing the liver can keep up at all. How does the liver rid these stressors? Through enzymes. Enzymes are catalysts which speed up the chemical actions in the body. Without enzymes, chemical reactions would take years to work. Enzymes are proteins and do all the work in the body, from digestion to making body tissue to allowing hormones to work. The liver makes the enzymes that help break down and then rid the body of these toxins in a process called phase 1, phase 2 enzyme system. This series of enzyme reactions are the first line of defense for the body to deal with and handle poisons, microbes, and toxins. The enzymes literally turn fat-soluble chemicals, those that get stored in fat cells, into water-soluble safe particles which can be eliminated out of the body. However, for the liver to produce these enzymes, it requires various nutrients, which are the phytochemicals found in the cruciferous vegetables. Without these nutrients, the liver cannot do its job. Overloading the liver with toxins inhibits the phase 1, phase 2 enzyme system. Fortunately, the liver is one of the most rugged organs in the body, having the incredible ability to regenerate itself if the person does two things. First, avoid those things that destroy its functions in the first place. And second, consume those things that give it the nutrients to regenerate healthy liver tissue. The liver is the hub of all of the fat-burning hormones in the body. In other words, for fat to be burned in the body, the metabolic reactions must involve the liver. Thyroid hormones, pancreas hormones, adrenal hormones, pituitary and ovarian hormones all need to interact with the liver. The storage of vitamins occurs in the liver also, especially vitamin A. A person with vitamin A deficiency will have a difficult time seeing at night. Vitamin A is also protective for your immune system. One of the challenges is that liver problems are often undetected until the liver is severely damaged. A person could be experiencing liver disease and still have normal liver enzymes on blood tests. So the best solution is to not wait, to be proactive. It just so happens that cruciferous vegetables contain these essential phytonutrients that allow your liver to produce detoxifying enzymes. The cruciferous family of vegetables have the most potent ability to rejuvenate the body and give the liver special enzymes that eliminate these toxic chemicals. Sprouts are one of the most concentrated natural sources of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and amino acids. If you then sprout cruciferous vegetables, you get a super immune-fighting and disease-protective food. There are a wide variety of sprouts on the market today, which makes it much easier to include them in your diet.
So today we invited June Leon from Snyder Sprouts, who basically is going to help us understand how to use sprouts in our diet. And I invited her for a very specific reason. I wanted to bring the awareness up of the benefits of sprouts in your diet and as far as how they can improve your health. Out of all the foods that you can possibly eat, the sprouts are at the top of the list. They probably are the most healthiest food, but when you go to a restaurant and you're eating some salad at a salad bar, you might look at these and go, what are these? You know, these aren't going to do anything. But little do you know that the seed, when it's germinated, it grows in the cycle of growing a plant. That first part, the sprouting process, is the highest nutrient level. And so it has great properties that can be used to enhance your health. So welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's just go through a couple different types of sprouts. The first sprout I want to talk about is this broccoli sprouts, right?
Yes.
This is part of the cruciferous family, and they're very, very, you can put them on salads.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Salads and sandwiches. They're they're so wonderful for you. They are full of flavor. They're a very spicy, rich sprout.
So there's different types of taste in these different sprouts, right? Because you have the onion sprout. Where's that?
I've got an onion sprout right here.
Onion sprouts. These are they're beautiful. They look
know.
good.
They have the most beautiful color to them. They're such a rich green. And you can actually use those in place of onions in your various dishes.
Amazing. So this tastes like onion, and then you have a garlic sprout.
We've got a garlic sprout in here, and in fact we've got mustard and others in there as well. So that becomes a very rich taste.
Amazing.
Very spicy.
So you could probably put the garlic and onion and have it in some like pasta dish, right? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
But basically, you have also spicy, and then you have more nutty sprouts, and that would be probably the lentils or something. What would you think?
Yeah, actually, honestly, these are kind of nutty tasting.
Alfalfa sprouts.
Yeah, just the regular alfalfa, and it's not. It's more of a balanced taste as well. So if someone doesn't really like the spiciness or the all these different flavors at once, this is just a nice even flavor, and it's so good in salads and on sandwiches, and people love to do wraps. Very good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, alfalfa sprouts is very high on the phytoestrogens, which is good to balance estrogens in female, especially menopausal. If they have too much of the bad estrogen or not enough, it tends to give that balance back into the cycle. Now, these are crunchy sprouts, they're called. Lentils.
Yes, and peas and chickpeas and cowpeas.
Interesting.
Full of protein.
This is a very high protein product, a good vegetarian protein. I know that amino acids are the building block to protein, and when someone's a vegetarian, they tend to be usually deficient in certain amino acids, but if they were going to be a vegetarian, I think they would want to eat a lot of these.
Absolutely. They would want to eat those. They would want to put them in soups and stews. They would want to put them in salads and just eat them right out of the box like I do.
Interesting. So you have nutty, and then you have sweet sprouts. So what are some of the sweeter sprouts?
We have snow pea sprouts, which are very sweet, very, very good in salads. We have corn shoots, which are another, and they're a very pretty little plant. They look just like a small corn plant.
Interesting.
Very sweet.
What do they taste like?
Corn, straight off the cob. Very good.
That is interesting. I bet you some of my clients would like that one.
Yeah.
So because it's a sprout, you're getting a lot less of sugar, you're getting more nutrients. So that would be something that would be a substitute for corn on the cob, or maybe even, now a lot of people like bread, right, come from the wheat. So you have the wheat berries, which I heard that they taste like wheat when you chew them.
Try one.
Maybe later. But when you sprout this, I know there's a recipe I have on my website called Rejuvenac, which if you sprout it and then you ferment it, it tastes like lemonade. So
that's very good.
Pretty cool.
I would like to try that.
Definitely. So when you sprout this, it becomes that.
Yes, it becomes wheatgrass. And this is not something you want to eat just the way it is, because it is a blade of grass. So instead what you want to do is clip it and juice it. And that's very, very good for your liver detoxification and everything else.
But what's interesting is that this is loaded with vitamin E, and so is the sprouted, the wheat berry too. So you have this incredible vitamin E complex, and also you can do wheat germ pearls, but then when you oxidize it, expose it to air, you lose all the vitamin E within a very short period of time. That's why when someone takes flour from the wheat berry, they grind it, it doesn't last for very long. I mean, it's just like gone. So you're eating, your nutrition contents go way, way, way down as you refine this. So that's what we're talking about, the sprout, which is a higher level of nutrition. Clover is almost as equivalent to the broccoli, but I know it has a milder taste. And
it does.
Easier to get down.
Yeah, again, a lot of people who sort of want to stay away from those heavy tastes, it's a very mild sprout, very easy to eat.
Interesting. And then you have
bean sprouts.
Bean sprouts.
They're loaded with protein. The other sprout that I didn't bring today, but it looks just like it, is the soybean sprout. And that, though, is a sprout you definitely want to cook that, use that in soups and things like that. The bean sprouts you can eat raw, you can put them in stir fries. Very, very good.
So now, typically when you have soy that's been modified or processed in isolates, that would be, in my opinion, not the best source of nutrition. But when you have a sprout, you're getting a lot more nutrition if it's fresh and it's not modified. You take the seed that's organic. The phytoestrogens are very good to balance estrogens, and also they're very, very high in protein. I mean, which is what we're trying to do is we're trying to give people a protein source that is a high quality, that's very easy on the liver, because when people that eat meat and potatoes, it's like cooked meat protein. This is so much more available to your liver to be able to process, to make hair, nail, skin, connective tissue, joints. So that's what we're trying to do, is give people live protein. There is carbohydrate in here, but the quality of protein is so much higher than that of cooked protein, or heated or pasteurized protein. Let's see what else we have here.
I think that's it.
There's actually one, fennel sprouts.
Very good for your stomach, upset tummies.
What does it taste like?
It's got a very licorice taste to it. It's a very definite taste.
Interesting.
It's good.
I'll see if I can give that to my kids instead of licorice.
There you go.
All my teenager kids. See if I can get them to go with that. So you have radish, onion sprouts, and then you also have dill. That would be an interesting flavor.
Yeah, nice strong flavor.
Interesting. Well, thank you so much for coming on and explaining about the sprouts. So this has been very helpful.
The question is, how many weekly servings of cruciferous vegetables do you need? 3 to 5 servings per week. This is less than 1 serving a day. 1 serving equals 1 cup or 6 tablets or capsules of freeze-dried cruciferous. However, due to a history of eating poorly, chemical exposure, and wear and tear on the liver, it's recommended that a person consume not just the minimum amount, but an extra amount of cruciferous at least until the person's health stabilizes. Ounce for ounce, cruciferous vegetables contain as much calcium as a glass of milk and more vitamin C than an orange. They are the best source of vitamin A and have more fiber than a slice of wheat bran bread. Do your body a favor. Eat cruciferous vegetables and live a long, healthy, and energetic life.